心に剣輝く勇気確かに閉じ込めて奇跡切り捨ては自分だけ
アブゾーブクリーンエボリューション
Unleashing the power of all 13 undead. This is Kamen Rider Blade King form SIC version. So this is the second the part swapping of Kamen Rider Blade SIC, and basically you just swap out every single armor part on him. The only thing that you actually keep is the two ankle piece and the buckle and the belt, and that's it. Everything else is swapped. So you can see that on his body is all of the undead card that the spade suit is carrying. It's quite difficult to actually get some photo detail of them. Hopefully it's going to pick up some of them. Believe me, in real life you can actually read exactly what they are, because there's detail enough that you can actually see them. To be honest, some of the card was actually never used in the show, so it makes you wonder what they are. Oh well, doesn't really want to focus on it anyway. But nonetheless, it's really beautiful. So diecast content, it's basically got none. The buckle remains here, and the two knee guard is still inside there. So those are the only diecast content. But it's just still feel as heavy as before, and yeah, as weighty as before. It doesn't feel like that because of the lack of diecast become a really light figure. In fact, I think it's actually feel a bit heavier because although the King Rouser now is not actually diecast at all, it's also got a lot more plastic on it, so it's become even heavier. And Blade can't really hold it properly because of the joint, the elbow joint is quite weak on the SIC figure. But it does actually pose pretty well when you can get him into a pose. By the way, there is only one gimmick left now, and that is that the King Rouser can actually be mounted onto his back with a peg. So you can still mount it on his back. And I think you actually didn't see it in the show, but according to the game and I think some of the footage, you can actually give him one of his 5-card attack is called, actually require him to use both swords at the same time. So of course you can swap out his left hand to actually so they can hold both swords at the same time and let him do well, which looks pretty cool. Okay, since King form is mainly about the detail of the scalp, so let's try to get close and personal, trying to capture some of the detail on him, which is not going to do. I'm afraid this camera is absolutely crap at trying to take in video up close. It's still not actually focusing. I can actually see it from here. It just keeps on pulsating back and forth and still can't actually find exactly where to capture it. It's extremely annoying with this camera. Okay, now the absorber is now using the King plate on the surface instead of the jack plate. Again, very nicely sculpted on the front and on the back. And the king router itself, of course, is really detailed. Because this one is mostly plastic, so almost all of the armor pieces are actually painted in. So I think it's actually end up making him even more detailed than a standard blade version. I think the only complaint I have against the S.I.C version of all of the Blade series rider is that, being a second generation rider, the S.I.C figure, their joints are loose and some of them are actually showing up quite glaringly, things like this. But at least they got the courtesy of actually painting them all to the same color as the body at all time. So unless you actually deliberately look for them, you sometimes probably don't realize they are actually joint component. But once you know they're there, then you just keep looking for them and you end up seeing a lot of glaring fault. But that's it really from me on the standard S.I.C size Blade series figure. I do have one more to show, and I think this one is going to be a common one, a much more popular item for everyone. So I will see you on the next review.